Hey everybody, thank you for checking out A1 Math. And today we're talking about simplifying numerical expressions with nth roots and rational exponents. Okay, so this first example, there's two things you need to really know. That's the index and the base. So the index is placed here, shown by n. That's considered the nth root. And the base, in this case, is x. What you need to know is how to convert from a rational exponent to a radical and vice versa. As you can see, starting out with your x being to the 1 over n, that means the same as the nth root of x. So the number that's here for your denominator will go in place of your root. This is called, again, the index. The number that's been raised to the rational exponent is your base. So take a look at this example. You have 25 raised to the 1 over 3. The 3, which is in the denominator, goes here in the index, and it's going to be your third root or cube. And the 25 is going to be your base. Now, your number is not always 1. Let me tell you what happens when you have a number other than 1 for your numerator. Okay. The number that's different than 1 will be your exponent. So take a look at this example. You have x raised to the m over n. That means the nth root of your base x raised to the m power. So in this example, you have 35 raised to the 2/5. The number in the denominator goes in for your index. The 35 is your base, and the number 2 that's in the numerator is going to be your exponent. Now I'm going to show you how to solve problems where you want to go ahead and simplify those expressions. Okay, so in our first example, we have 27 raised to the 1 over 3. What we want to do is go ahead and place the 3 in for the index, put the 27 in for our base, and since there's a 1, we do not have to raise it to the 1 power. Now we need to find the cube root of 27. And the cube root is going to be what number times itself 3 times will give me 27. Now, I'm about to tell you how to type it in your calculator. The first thing you want to do is, since you start with a cube root, type the number 3. Next, you want to go to Math. Then tab down to 5, where you have the nth root symbol. Then it'll show up similar to this. Some calculators may have the 3 to the side. And since we're taking the cube root of 27, we'll type in 27. And then just hit enter. And in this example, the answer is 3. Okay. So what we end up with is the cube root of 27 is 3. Now, if you take a look at example 2 here, we have the 64 as our base. We're going to place the 6 in the index, and our exponent is going to be to the 7. So we have the 6th root of 64 raised to the 7th. Okay, now we can type in our calculator, find the 6th root of 64, and it's going to be 2. Then the next thing you want to do is raise the 2 to the 7th power. That's going to get us 128. Okay. Now I want to show you some examples with negative exponents. And it's very similar, except you're going to drop the whole um, expression below 1. Let's take a look at an example. Okay, here we have 49 raised to the negative 3 over 2. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is rewrite the expression, but because this exponent is raised to the negative power, we're going to drop it below 1. Okay, so now we have 49 raised to the uh, 3 over 2, 3 halves. Once we do this, it's just like the problems we just worked. So our next step is to go ahead and write our index is 2, our base is 49, and raise it to the exponent 3. But it's still below 1 in the denominator. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take the square root of 49, and the square root of 49 will be 7. Then we raise it from the power from 7, or take 7, cube it, and 7 cubed is 343. So our answer is going to be 1 over 343. Okay. Here's our last example here. We're going to write 1,000 as our base, 3 is our index, and raise it to the power of 2. But all that has to be below 1. Notice how the negative sign now is no longer there because we put it below 1 in the denominator. Okay, so as we write our cube root here, 1,000 raised to the power of 2. We take the cube root of 1,000. That's going to be 10. We square the 10. We get 100. So you have 1,000 raised to the negative 2/3 is equal to 1 over 100. Okay, all right, and that's it for now.